Let's see what Negreanu does here. He folds on both. What's going on here, guys? We saw a lot of 3-betting and defending last match. This match, I guess we're not going to see as much. We're going to see what happens here. Oh, it's the same table. Ay, Poppy. Listen, it's been a long weekend, guys. I was out of line last week. I'm still recovering. You guys know what I'm saying. Ay, Poppy. Ay. Left-hand side, we got a 3-bet pre-flop from Mr. Doug Polk. Right-hand side, Doug's in a bet small. Jack, 7. Turn is an ace. Flush draw misses. Dominic G. Yes, I love you, Poppy. Full. Oh my God. Ay. Thank you, buddy. Jeremy Ross says he tested positive for the coronavirus. Can I get a shout out? You definitely can, buddy. Good luck on your journey. Drink a lot of water. Make sure you're eating healthy. Try to get some GTO content in your body. Maybe get a little bit of sunlight. Get some medicine, buddy. Get yourself well. Right hand side, check back turn. Daniel bets the river. What's he gonna have here, guys? A misdraw? Yeah, I think he's full of it. He bets. Doug raises. Here we go. Doug thinks he's full of it too. What could Daniel have here? Check called flop. Bets turn. I'm sorry, check turn. And he goes call the river. Ace-6. Wow, what a hand. So Doug turns the 7-5 into a bluff. So Doug has the 7-5. He's blocking those two pairs. And he decides to turn a 7-5 into a bluff. That would make sense. Ideally, if you want to bluff the river, you want to have cards that are going to block full houses that your opponent might have. So that makes sense that he decides to do that with 7-5. Daniel has the ace. Check called with the ace high. Turn the top pair. Went check. The river, he leads out for value, hoping to get called by a 7 and maybe worse. He gets raised, thinks about it for a second, snaps him off, and he takes down a nice little pot himself, getting a little bit of traction on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, Doug takes down a small one, 3,400. Ali Gravy says, yo, it's the Adderall King, Joey Ingram. I don't think I'm the Adderall. I'm definitely not the Adderall King, man. No. There are people in poker that love that particular thing. I don't even take it anymore because I don't know if it helps me really. Like with the work I do now, it's more creative work. So if you're doing like one task repetitively, I feel like it's good if you want to focus on one thing, but I'm kind of multitasking. Maybe that's out of line. It's a leak in my game. Maybe I need to stop multitasking. Right hand side, we're seeing something. Pay attention. Big raise on the turn, gets called. No fourth club on the river, $18,000 pot. Negreanu with the initiative. What's going to happen? He does bet $13,000. He's saying to Doug Polk, I've got a flush or I've got a straight. Maybe a 5-7, maybe just a naked 5. He does call. Wow. Oh, flush for Doug Polk. Ay, puppy. Look at that. Big pot. Goes the Supreme Leader's way. Douglas K. Polk as he makes the jack high flush. Daniel check raise that turn with the 5 and the nut flush draw. Rivers the straight, bets it for value, gets called by Doug Polk. Doug Polk does not raise. It seems weird. It seems real weird, doesn't it? So you can see Doug's going with that $910 pre-flop size. If you guys are just tuning into the match, Doug Polk took a commanding lead with a couple really big wins. He had one win. I think he was over $300,000 right before Thanksgiving. And Daniel went to Thanksgiving. I'm sure he was in a tizzy. I'm sure he was drinking a little bit more extra wine, working hard with his coaches, and he came back out last session adjusted. Unfortunately, he looked like he was going to have a big win last session, but at the end, he lost a big pot to Doug. He lost another pot as well, too, where he got unlucky with the ace-jack, first bottom set. And just like that, he only had a 20K win, but still something to be proud of. Right-hand side, 2 3-bets here, or 2 overbets, rather, from Doug Polk. Left-hand side, we saw him overbet. Right-hand side, we see another overbet. Queen 8-4. Turn is a 3. Daniel calls. The flush gets there on the river. Certainly a hand that's going to be capable of having for Daniel. This could be it. I feel a big pot here. $19,000 in the middle. Energy builds up. The truck backs up. Doug Polk. Will he bet again on the river? He's saying he's going to, listen. He overbet the turn. He's going to have flush draws. He's going to have 5-6. He's going to have maybe some gut shot straights as well, too. Maybe a deuce 5. Energy builds up. He's got the bottom of his range. He's going to have to fire here if he does not have a pair. He does bet 12.8K. What is Negreanu going to do? Does he have a flush? Daniel going to have a pretty strong hand when he calls there. 2 pair. Flush draws. Maybe a top pair. Queen Jack, Queen 10. Let's see if Daniel does want to call with a queen. Might be setting up a check raise if he's got a flush. He does call. And Doug Polk shows down King Queen. Top 2 pair. Nice hand for Doug Polk. Smashes in there. Nice hand for Doug Polk. Wins another $44,000 pot. Fucking love these graphics. And he is getting our first $100,000 stack. Left-hand side 3-bet pre-flop. Queen 10-5, 2 hearts. Where's my moderator? I think it's a moderator here. We got to ban some people like that. Lay off my wife, okay? Bet and a call on the left-hand side from Daniel. 7 on the turn. All the straight draws missed. Doug's going to have some 10s, going to have some queens and 5s. Backdoor draws as well, too. Daniel checks it. Very capable of having a top pair. Yeah, Daniel showing a propensity to want to play more conservatively on the turns after c-betting, after 3-betting pre-flop and then continuation betting. See what happens here. Checks back. Daniel bets big, 10.9K. When Doug checks back the turn, he does not look like he's got a strong hand. Most likely bets a queen. Maybe checks back some 10s, some 7s, and 5s. Let's see what happens here. Doug Polk's in the tank, 10.9K. We got our first moderator, Peddling. Welcome to the team. What is Doug Polk going to do? If he has a 10, will he call? If he has a 7, will he call? It's probably what he's thinking about, unless he raises, and then he's got a flush.
You need to understand.
He does call. He's got the 8s. Daniel Negreanu shows up with the deuce 6. Ay, 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 papi. What is that guy thinking? Sorry, guys. I'm feeling real sick today, so if I'm a little out of it, that's definitely why. Coronavirus. Right-hand side 4-bet by Doug Polk. The 4-bet alert is activated. Please, can we see a big hand so I can use my new graphics? Doug Polk, $11,000. Daniel Negreanu calls. Here we go. Ace 9-3. That's not going to be anything, is it? Ay, ay, ay. Let's see what happens here. The truck proceeds to get backed up. A 4-bet from Doug Polk. Will he go with that $4,400 bet? Ace 9-3. He does. $4,500. Doug Polk. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. 9 on the turn. Trip 9s gets there. Any 9-10 that Daniel might have. What's he calling the 4-bet with? Maybe some of those suited connecting 9s. Most likely going to be like an ace 10 plus. Of course, he's going to have some pairs lower than 9 as well. Doug Polk going to have a nice range here for 4-betting, even though it's the first one we've seen so far today. He does bet again. 1/3 pot. Doug putting the pressure on Daniel. 38,000 behind. If Daniel's got an ace, he's not going anywhere. If he's got a 9, he's not going anywhere. Let's see if he does have one of those hands. All in. Call. 9. Ay, 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 papi. Hola, caramosa. Get it, baby. Just like that, Doug Polk takes down a $109,000 pot. The supreme leader, 9-10 offsuit, 4-bets to 9-10 offsuit, backs up the truck right into Daniel Negreanu, and Doug Polk, guys, is officially on fire. Doug Polk, the supreme leader, 4-bets to 9. Listen, ay, 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 how fucking lucky can a guy be? Holy moly, here, ay, ay, ay. What did somebody say? They said they got some graphics for me. Listen, send it on over, buddy. Right-hand side, here we go. Pay attention, 3-bet pre-flop, a call, or 3-bet pre-flop, a call on the flop to a small bet, 3 on the turn, nothing changes. Big bet from Daniel Negreanu. Let's see what Doug Polk does. What's he going to do? Doug Polk calls, rivers a 3. Here we go. Pay attention. Pay attention. 24,000 behind for Daniel Negreanu. Is Doug Polk. The smoke builds up. Daniel shoves. He's saying he's got at least 2 pair. Queen 10, Queen 9. Left-hand side 4-bet alert. Pay attention. We got big hands brewing. What is Doug thinking about calling with? Maybe a 10 jack. Maybe, no, he probably doesn't want to have a jack in his hand. Takes away some of the bluffs Daniel's going to have. Left-hand side, Daniel calls once again. Last time we saw Doug show up with 9-10. So here we go. Doug Polk thinking about making a thin call. Will he get the truck back in action here? We might see some massive pots here. Left-hand side, 4-bet pre-flop by Doug. Bets that small size. Does Daniel Negreanu have the ace-queen again? He does call. Turns a 4. We have multiple $30,000 pots in range. Daniel Negreanu has shoved on the right-hand side for $24,000. Doug Polk is tanking down here for some time. He shows up with jacks, and he makes the call. And just like that, Daniel Negreanu takes down an $83,000 pot with the flop straight. And Doug Polk has the jacks with the club in his hand. Very interesting call by him. Left-hand side, 4-bet pot. Doug bet a quarter pot. Bets the turn, 6,800 and 31,000. Let's see. Daniel shoves the turn. Just like that, he shoves all in. Doug is in the tank. He calls with 10s. Daniel's got ace-queen suited. Daniel, top pair, top kicker, nut flush draw. Makes the flush on the river. Just like that, Daniel Negreanu wins 2 massive pots. And the lava, wait, what's that? No, it's coming out to play. Wait, the lava pops out as Daniel Negreanu explodes with joy. He explodes with exuberance as he takes down 2 pots, and he's back in this match as he catches Doug Polk. Doug Polk, we know that guy hates folding, right? He calls with the 10s. He calls with the jacks. And Daniel snaps him off. I mean, yeah, Doug Polk, not a big fan of folding. And the truck is not backed up. Daniel Negreanu has to be feeling good in his tank top. He's got to be feeling good about his play right now as Doug Polk, the truck driver, derailed. Ay. Look at the fire goes out. Holy moly. That's a big load. That's a big load. Oh, my gosh. $80,000 load right there going, Mr. Doug, for Daniel Negreanu's play. Nice hand. Holy crap. The action is crazy here, guys. Wow. Doug, I mean, listen, the guy does not like folding. I'll tell you that right now. We might see... Another 4-bet alert, guys. I don't know what's happening this match, but the action is picked up. They're very deep. $100,000 deep, guys. Get in the action. Get in the game. Overbet on the left from Doug Polk. Someone said that if they want to... Oh, all in by Daniel. What the fuck was that? That was a $100,000 raise. Wow. What? I'm sorry for swearing. I know we got kids out there. I gotta watch myself. Shout out to all the kids. So Daniel checks. Very wide ranges from both players. Doug bets 5,400. Daniel check calls here. He most likely is going to have a jack or an ace. He does check call. Turns a king. Interesting card. Queen makes a straight. Ace jack. Ace king. Queen jack 10. Right hand side, another 3-bet from Doug. Goes very small on the bet on the flop. Oh no, they locked. I hate this fucking site, World Series of Poker. I hate this. Is my least favorite site of all time, guys. They kicked me out, so now we gotta log back in. Hold on one second. God, I hate this site. Why do they kick you? Why do they kick you out if you don't? I'm literally watching the tables. God, dude, I fucking hate this site. Why would it kick you off? Is it like a regular? Why does it do these things? Why? Why would you do this? I went on tilt there a little bit. Pick it back up. A couple big pots. I'm glad we got back in here. Right hand side, Doug bets the river. Takes it down. Left hand side. Now the tables are switched again. Left hand side. Check raise. So Doug 3-bet here pre-flop. Bet very, very small on the flop. Gets called by Daniel. Check raises the turn. Gets called by Daniel. River's a 7, so the 10 makes a full house right now. I do not know what is going to happen here. If Doug has a flush, what is he going to do? I mean, you don't love it, right? So Doug checks. Daniel, what's Daniel going to do? Daniel checks back. Doug shows down the ace high flush. Daniel does not have the full house, and Doug Polk takes down a $44,000 pot with the ace 4. Nice hand, nice hand. Someone said they did it for data mining. Is Doug quitting? What's happening here? Streaming until I know. Ay, ay, ay. Greg, who's leading today? Right now, guys, I think Daniel Negreanu is going to be up for the match. I'd say he's up just a little bit, maybe a buy-in or two. Frank McGlory says this episode's brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal. That's true. Kimosabi Mezcal, of course. They're a great sponsor of the show. Left-hand side, a check raise by Doug Polk on the queen. He's going to have Jack 9 first straight. That's the best hand you can have. Of course, he's going to have some draws to go with it, too. Maybe like a Queen Jack with a flush draw. He does get called. River is a 6, and Doug Polk is going to attempt to win a big pot back here. Backing up the truck. Doug Polk looking to bring out the animal inside of him. This is a nice spot for him to potentially shove. You guys hear that truck sound? He does not do it. The truck will not be getting backed up right now. Let's see what Daniel does. 6. He does go all in. 82,000. Snap fold from Doug Polk. And just like that, Daniel Negreanu steals a pot away, smashes in the door, and he's going to take down a nice hand right there. Both players are very deep on the right-hand table. $80,000 deep effectively. The left-hand table, Daniel Negreanu is cruising with a 1-1-1 stack. Left-hand side, a 3-bet from Doug Polk. Bets again, 5,500. Queen 9-7. Daniel calls. Here we go. Maybe Doug might check here again on the 4. Right-hand side, 3-bet from Daniel. Folds quickly. Doug does indeed check. We've seen him do this. We've seen both players do this on the on a card lower than the board. See what happens here. Daniel bets again. We've seen this happen a few times as well, too. Once check 2 on the turn, the other player stabs that 1/3. So the 3-betting on the right-hand side is really picking up here, and they are very deep. Doug calls to left. Here we go. 32,000 in the middle. Queen on the river. We know Doug does not like folding. We know Daniel bluffs occasionally, but I think if he bets here, he's going to have it. If he's got a queen or nothing. If he has a 9, I don't see him betting. He does bet all in. Doug Polk, $24,000 bet. Daniel Negreanu putting the pressure on him. 3-bet pre-flop. Bet the flop by Doug. Check call by Doug. River, check and deciding and all in. And Doug does fold. Daniel Negreanu takes down another one. Just like that, he takes down another one. Stealing the money is Daniel Negreanu. Non-showdown. The red line is going up as the SWAT team, Team SWAT, moves in there. Left-hand side, Doug gets check 2, 3-bet pot. Bets small, 27. Daniel check calls. He's certainly going to have some king highs. King queen, king jack, king 10. Hands that have some sort of gut shot. Maybe like a, yeah, I'd say like a queen 10, king 10. So Daniel 3-bet. Check calls a small bet. Let's see what Doug Polk does here. Daniel leads. Interesting. So 5,200 from Daniel Negreanu right here. He check called the flop, 3-bet pre-flop, check called small bet, leads the king on the turn. He's basically saying he's got king queen, ace king. We saw Doug Polk do something like this earlier in a match where he had a king, and I think it was actually a 4-bet pot, different situation, not necessarily probably relevant here. But that's a scary river. Both flush draws miss, as usual on this site. You guys know that always happens. Who's got an 8? I don't think Daniel's got the 8. Check call and lead. Doesn't seem like an 8 to me. But he may have a strong ace-king. He might have a 2-pair hand. He wants to bet for value. He might think he can still get called by a 1-pair hand. Daniel might be turning a queen 10 into a bluff. Pot's 24,000. Will Daniel Negreanu shove all in here? I don't think so. He's tanking. Uh-oh, fake tank. Yeah, he bet small. Okay, 9,600. Let's see what Doug does. Maybe Doug has a 7 or a 9. Certainly capable of having an 8. If he does shove, it's going to put Daniel Negreanu in a pretty tough spot. With his 1-pair hands, he's betting for value. Can Doug Polk pull it off? Doug Polk does not have momentum on that table as of the match. He does shove all in. Daniel, the weird line. Will it get paid off? Doug Polk attempts to back the truck up. $29,000. 20,000 more to go. Will Daniel call with that king-queen? That ace-king? So Doug Polk saying he has a straight. Capable of having all 8s as this hand was played the way it was. Also going to have some missed flush draws. Is he? Yeah. Would he shove missed flush draws? Don't know. Maybe he has a 10 in it. Probably shove a flush draw that has a 10. As his bluff. So Daniel's in the tank. Very weird hand played by him here. Let's see what goes on. And Daniel Negreanu lays it down. Doug Polk takes down a $62,000 pot. Nice hand by Doug Polk as he backs up the truck for a little bit of money. Left-hand side, a little bit of something brewing. 14,000 in the middle. These two are going after it right now. The action is flying. Let's see what happens here. Doug Polk, 14.4K. What is Doug going to do? That graphic is amazing. He bets big, 9,600. Let's see what goes down here. Doug Polk overbet on the right-hand side. 2x pots it on the king. Holy moly, this is getting wild. Okay. I feel like Doug's trying to get to full fire status. Uh-oh, Daniel calls on the left-hand side. 33,000 in the middle. Daniel check calls. Backdoor flush gets there. Right-hand side, Daniel calls the 2x overbet. So we got some spicy hands brewing right now. Is Daniel thinking about leading this left-hand side? He does lead 25,000. He's saying, I've got a flush. Right-hand side, he shows down 2 pair. Takes the pot down, 15,000 his way. Left-hand side, Daniel check calls turn. River, he leads. What is going to go down here, guys? Does Daniel have a flush? Does he have a straight? What would be his bluffs here? Queen 10, 1 diamond. All in by Doug Polk. 54,000, 25,000 more. Daniel, oh my God. This is going to be the biggest pot of the session. Daniel folds. Doug Polk takes down the pot. And ladies and gentlemen, he is officially on fire for the supreme leader, Douglas K. Polk, as he puts the pedal to the metal on Kid Poker. Boom, there we go right there. Here we go, guys. Right-hand side, they're very deep. 4-bet from Daniel Negreanu, Kid Poker himself. $90,000. Will we see a big pot? Press 1 if you want a big pot on the right-hand table. I do. 160. 160,000 available. King 3-3 board. On the right, Doug Polk does not like folding to 4-bets. He thinks he's playing the great game of Pot Limit Omaha or something like that. I do not know what this guy's thinking. Daniel with the auto 1/4 on the King 3-3. He's going to have more ace-kings, aces, and kings in his range. Doug will not. Let's see what happens here. Michael Palladino just challenged me in heads up. You might get it, buddy. Keep moving and grooving. Here we go. Right-hand side, 30,000. In the middle, 4-bet pot. Daniel bets he's going to have some weak hands here, guys. Not only going to have a strong hand when he 4-bets. We've seen these two players capable of showing up with a lot of things. Daniel bets 6,000 into 30.8. Doug Polk, if he had a hand like a Queen 10, maybe like an Ace Jack that he check called 1 with, try to get a backdoor draw, has to lay those hands down. If he's got a 3, he is absolutely 17 inches poker hard right now. 9 on the river. King 9 suited, certainly a possible hand. Doug Polk, right-hand side, 42,000 in the middle, guys. And Doug shows up with the pocket 5. So Doug Polk calls the 4-bet with 5s, check calls flop, check calls that small bet on the turn. We do not know what he would have done on a river card, but he backs the truck just a little bit.
You need to understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information. You can't be like all loose.
Uh-oh, here we go. Right-hand side, Daniel telling him Doug.
Woohoo, baby, I love it.
Right-hand side, 3-bet, C-bet from Doug Polk on the 7-5-4, turns at 10. Doug does check. What is Daniel going to do? He's going to be slow playing a lot of his hands. If he does have a set, if he has a 2-pair, if he has a straight, he's going to be slow playing. We see him bet the 1/3 pot here when check 2. In the past, he checks back. River's a 9. Let's see what goes down here. Doug Polk, 3-bets pre-flop, bets flop. What is Daniel going to do? Will he take a stab-a-rooney here? He's got to miss 6. He's going to want to bet. What size will he go with? He does go with the little over 2/3. 11.3. Doug's not going to have any strong hands here. Maybe a 5, a 7, King 5, Ace 7. Maybe Ace 10. So 11.3K. Does Daniel Negreanu have Jack 8? Certainly possible. Capable of just having an 8. Capable of just having a 6. Left-hand side, another 3-bet from Doug. King 10-6, 2 clubs. He checks the left. Right-hand side, he calls, and Daniel Negreanu rivers the set of 9s, and he takes down a $37,000 pot. Very nice hand for Daniel Negreanu. Left-hand side, we get a 3-bet from Daniel. Doug calls it. Let's see, King 5 deuce, 2 clubs, small bet from Daniel. King high board, nice board for the 3-better. Let's see how Doug handles this one. He does call. Turns a king, interesting card. King of clubs in the turn, flush gets there, all the straights miss. If you got king, if you got a king, you got trip kings now. It's a good hand to have. Obviously, Doug's going to be calling pretty light to that small bet. Daniel can put a lot of pressure on his opponent here. And he does do it. 9,800. Daniel's going to be doing this with 1 clubs in his hand. Maybe like a hand like a queen 10 with 1 club. River is a 9. Pot's brewing. 32,000 in the middle. Daniel Negreanu, what is he going to do here? 32,000. 3-bet pre-flop. Bet flop. Bet turn. Does he have a king? Does he have a flush? What size does he go with if he does? He does bet 2/3 pot, 24,000. I think his most likely hand for a bluff is going to be something like an ace 10 with 1 club, queen 10, 1 club, maybe a high club in his hand. Blocking the flushes that Doug Polk might have. Doug Polk going to be calling the turn with 1 pair, 1 club hands as well too. A lot of pressure on your opponent. 24,000, 18,000 to go. Doug's in the tank. What do you think about calling here with, guys? Maybe he's got a fight. He does all in. He shoves it in. Daniel Negreanu calls kings. Oh my God. Pocket 9s for Doug Polk. $72,000 pot goes this way. Holy moly. I don't think it's that big, but wow. What a river for Doug Polk as he takes down a massive pot. And just like that, Doug Polk is officially on fire. The Supreme Leader takes down with the Miracle River. The 9 on the river gives him another stack of Daniel Negreanu's, and the lava's coming up because Daniel Negreanu has caused Doug Polk to activate lava mode. The lava. Oh baby, oh baby, the explosion. 17 hard, 9 on the river. You guys know that's the definition of poker hard. And nice hand, right hand side 3-bet by Daniel. Pay attention, guys. I feel something brewing here. I feel something brewing here. Negreanu with the wine. Drinking a little bit of wine here, maybe, to end this match. 22,000 on the right. Wow, that's a big bet. 16,000 from Daniel Negreanu, Kid Poker. Left-hand side, 3-bet, C-bet, and a call. Right-hand side, we got something brewing here. $16,000 bet. Daniel Negreanu, 53,000 behind. This might be our biggest pot of the session. Doug Polk calls. The queen on the river, 10-jack, backdoor 10-jack, makes the straight, $55,000 in the middle. What is Daniel Negreanu going to do? Looks like he's got a hand, maybe like an aces, ace-king, ace-queen, or sorry, king-queen. He does shove. He's saying, I've got at least aces. Left-hand side, Daniel calls as well too. What's going to happen? Both flush draws missed. Doug checks it. Wow. This could be huge for Daniel Negreanu to finish this session off with. What is going to happen? All in on the left. Doug Polk in the tank facing 2 massive bets. 53,000, 23,000. He folds on the left-hand side, the right-hand side. He's thinking about making a thin call. Maybe he's got a 9. Maybe he's got lower than a 9, right? 8s, 7s. Maybe he's got a 10, 9, 10. Thinking about making a very light call. He does call that big bet on the turn. So Doug's in the tank, $53,000 to call. Here we go. Daniel Negreanu, does he have it in him for a 200 big blind bluff? And this is a massive tank. This is one of the biggest pots we've seen for the session so far. I felt it was coming. Doug must be tanking with a super weak hand here. Maybe he's got as weak as a 3, maybe pocket 5s. And this is going to decide the session. If Doug can win this, puts him up about $300,000. He's going to tank. The timer's running down. Here we go. I think he's going to lay this one down, but the timer's moving fast. What is Doug Polk going to do? He folds. Daniel Negreanu, $108,000 pot goes his way as he steals the pots on both tables from Daniel Negreanu. The SWAT team busts in there. And Daniel Negreanu needed those hands very, very much. Takes it away from Doug Polk. And just like that, Daniel makes a little bit of a comeback. Still down a bunch. Maybe down about $100,000 for the match. But wow, what an intense moment right there with those two big pots. We thought we might see our first 100K pot of the session. Left-hand table. 3-bet again. C-bet and a call. Turn as an ace. Expect to see Doug bet again. He does. Big bet. 8,500. Putting a lot of pressure on Daniel's jacks. Putting a lot of pressure on his straight draws. And on his pairs that are under the board. Daniel calls. 7 on the river. 8-10. Makes the straight. Certainly capable of being in Daniel's range. What would Doug do here if he had a hand like an ace-queen, ace-10? He had ace-jack. Probably betting for value. He does bet. 1/3 pot. Here's Daniel. Slow playing a 9. Supreme leader trying to get a little bit back. The action's fast and furious right now. That truck attempting to get backed up just a little bit. Let's see if Daniel's going to raise here. It looks like he might raise here. It looks like he might raise. He does raise all in. What does Doug do with ace-king? The 1/3 pot, and just like that, Negreanu putting pressure on him. What could he be bluffing here with? Maybe a queen 10? Maybe a jack 10? He does fold, takes it down, and Daniel Negreanu steals another pot, and everything is going Daniel Negreanu's way as he has won the last 3 big pots.
You need to understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information.
Nice hand for Daniel Negreanu as he is winning in non-showdown today at a nice clip. Non-showdown meaning it doesn't go to showdown, meaning that your opponent bets and you fold. That means non-showdown. If you look at a poker graph, the red line is going to be what we consider that. I used to consider myself a red line king because I love to bet and make people fold. Not always the GTO play to do, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What a hand right there. The pot brews. $3,200 on the left-hand side. King 9-3. 3-bet pot by Daniel Negreanu. $80,000 deep. Will we see a big pot brewing here? The music intensifies as a call is made. 10 of diamonds on the turn. The queen jack gets there. Daniel checks it. The music intensifies. The smoke starts to billow up as the energy is forming in the hand, anticipating a large pot. $10,000 bet from Doug Polk, the supreme leader. 6-pack Polk, the sex god himself. Daniel calls. The river's an 8 of diamonds. Oh my God, here we go. 68,000 behind. What's gonna happen? Daniel checks it. The backdoor flush is in. The music intensifies harder. What will happen here? Daniel takes it down, king, queen. $35,000 pot goes Kid Poker's way, and the man is on a mission to make a comeback. We are both over $100,000 in the stacks on the left-hand table. Kid Poker is cruising along, playing well.
Understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information.
€5 donation. Thank you, Toss. Put that truck down for you. Thank you, buddy. He says, as a heads-up pro, king, deuce, 5, king, 9 hand. Doug can bluff ace, queen, ace, 9, and queen, jack, queen, 9 with 1 club. Negreanu has to call with king, 7 as blocks no miss flush draw and straight draws, but fulls. Makes a lot of sense, kind of referring to that big hand where Doug hit the pocket 9 on the river. Or Doug hit the 9 on the river. He had pocket 9s. Daniel 3-bet king 7. Bet flop with top pair. Bet turn with trip kings. And then river was the offsuit 9. 3 clubs on the board. Referring to that hand earlier. If you went back, maybe about 35 minutes back. And that makes sense, right? That makes a lot of sense. That Daniel does have to call. Right hand side. We have something brewing. 10.6K in the middle. Looks like a 3-bet pre-flop. Bet small on the flop by Doug. We've seen him do that before. Let's see what Daniel does. Is he going to go 32? Okay, 3,200 on the deuce. Looks like he's doing this with a very wide range. Some 5s, 7s, deuces for value. Some 1-pair diamond hands. Very, very tough hand to play. Potentially. Is it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's an easy hand to play. Maybe it's a really easy hand to play from Doug's spot, right? He check calls. He check calls his 1 diamond hands, his ace highs, his straight draws. Maybe it isn't that fucking hard to play. Never mind. 3 on the river. Backdoor flush gets there for both. Feels like Doug is more capable of having that flush. Daniel bets 3,600. Interesting here. Into 17,000. What is Doug Polk going to do? He bet the flop, very small. Check call, turn. River faces a really small bet, 3,600. What just happened? Was that a bet and a snap call? What just happened there, guys? What the hell happened there? Was that a bet and a snap call and Doug Polk shows down pocket 7s? Wow. $56,000 pot. That was the quickest hand I've ever seen. What happened there on that river? That was nuts. Let's see this hand on the left-hand side, and let's go back to the replay, sponsored by Doritos. Jack 5 for D-Negs. Guys, what happened there? What the hell happened there? 3-bet pre-flop. Top set for Doug. $1,200. River's a deuce, or turns a deuce. 3,200. Check call. 36. 19. A snap call. And Doug Polk shows down the pocket 7s for the full house. Wow, what a hand. We'll be doing a podcast probably very soon. And it's going to be a banger. But yeah, last time he was like very anti-poker on the podcast. So he's like, fuck poker, I'm done. I can't do this no more. It turns out he can if he's possibly going to win $1 million plus. So that shows you. Maybe it's about the height. Maybe it's about... I think really with Doug, it's just that he didn't have any way to play him. If you're good at a game and you got to play full ring 9-handed live, like I'd get sick of it too. So it makes complete sense that he'd want to pursue something else. And now that his game type's back and he's able to play for millions of dollars, like he comes back. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So a couple 3-bets here, both tables. 8-5-4, 2 diamonds. D-Nex bets, takes it down. Left-hand side, ace 10-5, 2 diamonds. Let's see if D-Nex takes another one down. He does call. Deuce on the turn. Smoke bill is up. $10,000 from Daniel Negreanu. Gambler 777, thank you. Let's see what happens here. Doug Polk calls. The river's the deuce. What's going to happen here? $34,000 in the pot. 3-bet pre-flop by Daniel. Bet the flop. Bet the turn. We might see a fire hand. He checks it. Uh-oh. Looks like Daniel doesn't have that ace. Will Doug possibly bluff here? He's going to check back 10s. Probably won't have backdoor trips. Let's see what goes on here, guys. Doug Polk, big bet, $23,000. Does Daniel Negreanu have the ace? Is he going to maybe call with a pair under aces? Does Doug value bet ace 8 here? Doug, $23,000. The truck is tempted to get backed up here on Kid Poker. Does Daniel have pocket aces? Maybe he's got pocket aces. We might see a little check raisey daisy 92 ball. Here we go, guys. $23,000 bet. Looks like a misdraw. Would he fire out with the misdraw on the river? If he had a hand like diamonds. If he had a queen jack, king queen, maybe backdoor clubs. Is Daniel thinking about calling with... I mean, he probably doesn't have an ace. He would have called already. The truck driver, Doug Polk, looking to put a nice pot his way to end this session. Daniel's in the tank. What is going to happen? Maybe pocket 10s for Doug Polk? Maybe he would have raised the turn with that hand. Takes that hand out of his range. Daniel's tanking down. This is the longest tank we've seen as Doug Polk attempts to go for blood. And Daniel Negreanu lays it down. Doug Polk, $57,000 pot goes his way. Goes a little fire on the screen. He's getting a little fired up right now. Doug Polk taking the momentum back in this match as we pick up the right-hand side. 3-bet pre-flop once again from Doug Polk, $70,000 deep. We are capable of seeing a big pot at any time on either table. Doug bets the flop, king 9-3, 2 spades. Turn is a 6. And Doug's going to check it over to Daniel. You've seen Daniel use a multiple bet sizes when check to on the turn. He does check back. River's a 5. Backdoor 7-8 gets there. Let's see what Doug does here. Maybe he starts to bet a queens for value. Maybe bets jacks for value. Maybe bets a 9 for value. If he does bet, he does check it. If Daniel bets here, what's he representing? He might have to go for it. Might be at the bottom of his range. He does go for it. 8,800, putting a lot of pressure on Mr. Doug Polk. What's Doug going to do? I think he calls any king. Maybe most 9s. Maybe some 6s. Maybe some ace highs if he's feeling real frisky about it. What does Daniel's hand look like to you? Maybe... Wow! Check raise! $28,000. Doug Polk does not believe this play. What a check raise. Doug Polk. What is Daniel going to do? If Daniel has 2 pair, I think he's calling. I don't think he has 7-8 once he calls that flop. Another big pot on the left-hand side. 3-bet pot. Doug Polk bets again. King 9-4. Daniel calls. Turn is a... River's a deuce. Here we go, guys. A $28,000 raise. What is D-Nex thinking about calling off here? Does he have like a king 7? What kind of hands could Doug be bluffing with here? Maybe like queen jack, queen 10, queen 7. Maybe no spades. And he does lay it down. The truck backs up a little bit. King 5 on the left-hand side. In the 3-bet pot. Doug Polk takes another pot down. And Doug Polk is cruising right now as he is officially... raising up the fire. He cannot be stopped as he is absolutely dominating on both of these tables right now. The Supreme Leader is looking to close this match off strong. When he has so much responsibility as Daniel does to his family, to his friends, to the community, to other people that he supports, I'm sure. Because a lot of times you got to remember, like guys that have money, they oftentimes aren't just supporting themselves. They're supporting a team of people. They probably stake their friends. They probably maybe pay for someone's rent. They might give... You know, when they're giving others money, they might give money to their parents. They might give money to their grandparents. So usually when you see people like that have money and are also friendly and nice, a lot of people see that as an opportunity to potentially get some of that money, whether right or wrong, or whether in line or out of line. I mean, I know if I had an excess amount of money, I'd more than happy to help people in my life, my family and friends. And if I felt like someone was taking advantage of that, I might reevaluate my strategy. But so there's a lot of things that go into it. And yeah, sometimes you spiral, right? When your systems aren't in line, it happens. But I don't think we should, you know, put him doan, right? Or I guess you were just asking a question, but so right-hand side 3-bet by D-Negs. Bets flop, big bet on the ace turn. Great card for his range. He's going to have the ace queen, ace jacks, ace 10s, bunch of aces. Also going to have bluffs. He's going to want to be betting this card. Arrow. Here we go, guys. Doug calls. That's a crazy river. That is a crazy river for somebody. Let's see what happens. 38,000 in the middle. $28,000 bet from Daniel Negreanu. Does he have the backdoor flush? Does he have ace queen, ace jack, king 10? Let's see what goes down here. The smoke billows up. 4-bet on the left-hand side. Doug Polk maximizing pressure right now. The truck. Wait, no, he's on the right-hand side. Left-hand side 4-bet. Right-hand side facing aggressive action. Now all in. Wow! 73,000. This is it. He called. Oh! 7-high versus 6-high flush. $185,000 pot goes Daniel Negreanu's way. Holy shit! Wow! 180,000 backdoor flush versus backdoor flush. Oh my God, what a hand. Holy, wow. That is absolutely the biggest pot we've seen today. What an incredible turn of events for Kid Poker, Daniel Negreanu, as he takes down with the backdoor flush, the bottom pair, backdoor flush draw, and he, wow, I mean, wow, what a crazy hand there, guys. Doug Polk. Let's take this in silence here.
It's masterclass. I'm going to share things that I've actually never shared before. For example, I look at a guy and say, you've got king nine.
King nine.
That's not magic. It's usually based off a
Wow, the
combination
smoke
of things.
felt it was
I'm gonna
coming.
teach you how to do
Daniel Negreanu has to be rock poker hard right now as he makes the backdoor flush. First, the backdoor flush. I don't know. That's not a poker hard. That's something else. That's like a roller. That's something else. That whatever happened there is not. It's not 17 hard. That's like you're terrified and then you win and you're like, you know, you're just. This is probably how you are when you see you win the hand, right? It's just a slow motion, a real slow lava comes up. Real slow. Ooh, baby. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You're just exploding with the excitement. You see that hand shift your way, 185. Very nice hand. And that's the hand we're looking for, guys. That is the hand we were looking for this match. Either way, he's down $500,000, so he's got some work to do. 4-bet alert, left-hand side. Gets called, right-hand side. Doug calls. Doug is not a fan of folding to 4-bets. Most all pairs, I think he's calling with. Maybe queen, jack, offsuit. Maybe weakest hand he might show up with. Does he fold? Probably folds queen, jack, offsuit, actually. Let's see what happens here. D-Negs 4,400. I expect that to be. Seems to be the customary sizing in the 4-bet pots. In position. See what happens here. Once again, 44. Ken M says, I'm tired as fuck. I want this to end. I agree. This is a deep match, but I'm liking this, guys. This is where champions are made. Buckle up. Your bootstraps, baby. We're going the distance here. Doug Polk, check calls. Turn is a 9. All the pairs under 4 and above. Going to be in Doug Polk's range. Would he do this with pocket kings, pocket aces? I believe he would. River's a 10. Trips get there if somebody does have a 10 jack. Ace 10 suited. Daniel checks back. Signifies to me he does not have a strong hand. I think he would consider betting for value on the turn. Of course, there is some merit to slow playing it, getting tricky. We do see these spots often. Doug checks, trying to get to showdown. Ace Queen versus Ace 7. Doug Polk loses a $30,000 pot to Daniel Negreanu, and Dan Negreanu
I'm going to teach you tournament strategy.
is absolutely kidding it right now. And some might say the guy is on absolute fire right now. Daniel Negreanu, $200,000 stack. What a comeback. What a comeback by Kid Poker, Daniel Negreanu. And I think we can officially say that the truck is drastically off the rails right now. Doug Polk's truck. He's going to be getting some angry calls from the logistics manager, wondering where that load is today, because he will not be visiting the bank if this keeps up. Let's see what goes on here. 82 in the middle. 18. So Doug whipping in this 18 small bet on the flop. He did that with the monotone boards earlier. He did it on the previous ace-high hand. The turn, he went a bigger size. Let's see if he continues with the bigger size here. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, Bobestein, I like it. Doug Polk, big bet, right-hand side, 11,000. I feel it. I feel it. Daniel Negreanu calls. River's a queen. Uh-oh, 31,000 in the middle. Can Daniel Negreanu back up the truck? The money's in the middle. The energy's flowing. The smoke clears. Daniel Negreanu has possibility to take a nice lead in today's session. Let's see what goes on. Doug with the initiative. Will he jam the river? He does all in. Daniel does not snap call. What could Daniel have? Ace 7 maybe? It's the weakest hand he probably calls here with probably an ace. Ace 10. He does call. 9-10 offsuit for Doug Polk, and a $97,000 pot goes Kid Poker's way. And my friends out there, he is officially on complete fire. Kid Poker picks off the bluff from Doug Polk as he goes crazy with the 9-10 offsuit, and the truck is absolutely off the tracks right now. And if you're Doug Polk, Maybe you're thinking about tapping out. Ay, ay, ay. We are seeing a lot of these derailments today. No, Doug, don't do it, buddy. Ay, ay, ay. Dang, offsuit. Ay, ay, ay. How the dude was 8 on the punch. Ay, ay, ay. Earlier was 3-1. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay. Colamos, calamola, calabolacita, papi. La just go to pasear. Oh, yeah. Fuck, man. 4 bet on the left. Will we see another big pot? Oh, baby. Let's see. All in. Doug Polk shoves it. Daniel does not stab call. What does he have? Ace queen? Pocket tens. He folds it. Lays it down. Nice hand. Nice hand by Doug Polk. It's a little bit back. 2 tables on both tables. And Doug Polk currently down for the match. Daniel Negreanu with an absolutely unexpected turnaround for the match. As you know that he is probably doing this in his chair. Ay, 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 ay. What a hand. Kick. Boom! Uppercut on Daniel. Hits him hard. What's his says he's got power. Spins around here. What's he gonna do? Uh-oh, he's charging up. Oh, oh, oh! Oh my god. Wow. Oh my, this guy's crazy on Daniel Negreanu. Holy wow. This guy's nuts. Wow. Guys, we don't know if he's done. I think he's just taking a break, so don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere, my friends. I think he's probably trying to tilt Dud right now. Negreanu, come. Should we give this guy's vlog a chance? Oh, he's done. Ay, 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 Poppy. That's it. The match has ended. Daniel Negreanu has tapped out for the day, leaving Doug Polk in disarray as Doug had a nice lead. Daniel had a lead. Doug had a lead. Doug was crushing it. And then, unfortunately, Daniel made the epic CUM back. He came back so hard. The guy was killing it. Ay, ay, ay. What a session for D-Negs. And Mr. Daniel Negreanu takes it down